UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has ruled out a quick fix deal with India, making it impossible to get an agreement over the line in time for this week's G20 summit in Delhi, and possibly even by next year's elections. Multiple sources to the negotiations have said that the UK Prime Minister has rejected the idea of an early harvest deal, which could have lowered tariffs on goods such as whiskey, but would not have dealt with trickier subjects such as professional services. Iran has curbed any chance of an agreement being struck this week before the Prime Minister meets his counterpart, Narendra Modi, in Delhi. Many now believe a deal is impossible before both countries hold elections in 2024, although some in government still believe it could be reached later this year. This means the prospect of a UK-India free trade agreement, long held up as one of the biggest possible opportunities for Britain after Brexit, remains distant. One government source said there was a talk last year of a deal by last Diwali, but this was only going to happen if it was a shallow deal based around a limited number of goods. The Trade Secretary and UK PM have decided they don't want to go down that route and so have taken a deadline off the table. Another person close to the negotiations added, India wants to do an early agreement on goods, but the risk is that instead of being the start of a wider trade agreement, that becomes the end point and the UK doesn't get any more of the fundamental things it wants. Those close to the talks say agreements have been reached in some key areas such as the need for India to cut tariffs on whiskey and cars, and for the UK to remove those on textile and goods. However, there are also more fundamental issues facing reaching an agreement. The UK is pushing for greater intellectual property protections for companies trading in India, especially in the pharmaceutical industry, where Western companies fret about their drugs being produced much more cheaply by Indian labs. Meanwhile, India wants to limit the proportion of UK goods that can be produced outside the UK as a way of preventing other countries benefiting from the agreement indirectly.